What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Unscripted Live here on ESEN, the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. I'm your host and producer this evening, Logan Landers, and join me to do a recap of the MLB NLDS as well as a NLCS slight preview. As always, Jay McLovin. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, I am doing well, and to rephrase Arcia, attaboy, Harper, attaboy.
All right, and now that Jay is muted, and of course we got Dustin Reese, our resident stat guy. Dustin, also let people know what we did yesterday, as well as what you have coming up on Monday.
Well, yesterday I got in contact with the Chicago Cubs number 28 prospect, Cole Franklin, who used to be a top 10 prospect before getting injured. And Jay, since you didn't watch the show yet, you filled us in during the interview. He went 934 days without throwing a pitch.
Yeah.
Then he got injured finally when he got healthy again. And now he's kind of working his way back in the system, and the Cubs are kind of trying a couple different things with him, whether they want him to be a starter or a reliever. But very good interview, very nice kid, yes. 24 going on 25 years old. He's got a very bright future. And then as far as Monday goes, I will be starting the new show with UW Oshkosh men's basketball coach Matt Lewis. So we're going to have our first episode on Monday, and right now it's going to be every other week just because they're just starting their practices right now, so they don't have much openings on Monday. But once their regular season starts, he's going to have more openings on Monday, so then it might go to every Monday once that happens.
And I do have the logo for this right here, Dustin. Once again, Mondays with Matt coming this up to Monday, first edition. Check out Dustin and, of course, check out our channel where you can see everything for it.
And that logo looks resembles to something. I don't know, is it like a Patriot head? I don't know.
It's close to a Patriot head, but it's a Titan.
Okay. All right. And down below, a nice surprise just popped in a few minutes ago. It's our boy, Frankie the Yankee. What's going on, my friend?
What's going on, guys? I feel so good today.
Yes,
I'm well rested, and I'm actually happy to be here. This is actually my first show here on ESEN, being part of the crew with you guys, and helping create this network. I had to chime in and show my beautiful voice to the people that are going to sit here and love us at ESEN.
Yes, sir.
But I'm doing really great, man. We just had a wonderful playoff series in the ALDS and the NLDS. I know it's not really beautiful for some of those people out west or even some of those people in Baltimore. Definitely some people in Atlanta, Logan. But, it was a really good playoff series. All games around. First time ever that the first 5 best teams in baseball has been eliminated. Yeah. Take that in for a second.
Hey, and you ain't kidding. We'll get into all that in just a second. Before we give our social medias plug, big shout out Rob Scott, a.k.a. Rob 2 Cents, chime in saying, let's go. All right, social media platform. Check us out at Unscripted. Now, all these will be changing to reflect our new network here very shortly. So we will be updating these on the screen once we get them underway. We got Unscripted still on Facebook, on Twitter, well, formerly known as Twitter. It's X now. We've changed it to ESEN Network. Go check out Frankie and what he does over there. Great job. We're still Unscripted Sports on TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitch for the time being. Once again, that will be changing here very shortly. Also, shout out to Mr. Olive Marquez coming in saying, let's go Stros. So, Jay, you got a fan already.
Say it with your chest.
Already got a fan. All right, let's do our quick NLDS recap. We'll do NL first, then we'll go to AL, and then we'll do a brief preview of the championship series. So, Jay, we'll start with you first. Talking with the NLDS, a big surprise in this one. I think one that I don't think any of us picked. The Arizona Diamondbacks swept the Los Angeles Dodgers 3-0, and they're moving on to the NLCS for the first time, Jay, since 2007. What the hell happened?
I'll tell you what happened. Meltdown. They are who we thought they were. Look, I think Stat Guy will agree with me at least on this. That Kershaw is a choke artist in the playoffs. Not so much the regular season, but in the playoffs, he's a choke artist. Urias wasn't there because, well, we know what happened to him. And frankly speaking, Lance Lynn coming over from Chicago, he's a good pitcher, but not great enough. And they just didn't have the pitching to withstand what Arizona had played out for them. Honestly and speaking. And then when you look at what the Phillies came with, the Phillies are a team on the – look, I've always said this. The most dangerous team in baseball is a team that gets beat in the World Series. They always come back. They're always 10 times hungrier, and they want it. We saw with the Astros against the Braves. The Braves took it in 21. Astros are pissed. They were hungry. They came back in 22. They took it. Phillies took it out in 22. They are hungry. This Phillies team is dangerous. If you don't want to dangerous, you're not watching baseball.
No, you're right.
That's true.
This team is nasty. They are tough. They are pissed. They want the title more than anybody, and that's what scares me the most. And I'll be honest with you. I'm not a premonition. I'm not Nostradamus. I can't tell the future. But Arizona, God forbid, I love you, but you about to see something you ain't never seen before. But at the end of the day, look, Dodgers got swept. Mm-hmm. Braves got swept.
No, they
didn't. Not swept. See, they took one. They took one. But again, at the end of the day, pitching for both of those teams just was not enough to combat the offense that, number one, Philly had planned for them, and number two, that Arizona had planned for them. And that's why we got what we got, right?
That's it. No, I mean, you brought up good points there. All right. Dustin, give us your thoughts on the NLDS with Arizona moving on and the Philadelphia Phillies also advancing. Both these teams going to be duking out later on this weekend. I believe Sunday or Monday's first game.
I think it starts on Monday.
Monday. Okay. So a few more days. What do you think of both these teams making it there? Do you think either of them would be in the NLCS or one, or what was your thoughts?
Well, the Dodgers just pulled a Jonathan Mathis and showed that they're a fraud.
Ouch!
Anyways.
Whew, it's getting hot in here.
Anyways,
it's getting hot here in the fall.
This is something that Dave Roberts is now going to have to hold over his head. Mm-hmm. And he's basically showing that he is a great regular season manager, but a terrible postseason manager. The fact that you've been eliminated 7 of the 10 times in the playoffs before you get to the NLCS, that's not a good look for you. And the only World Series championship that you can hang on your head was a 60-game shortened season. So we don't even know how the Dodgers would have done if that was a full 162-game season in 2020. So you have to start looking at this now as how long can the Dodgers afford to hang on to Dave Roberts if he can't even get him through a regular postseason with a regular 162-game season to win the championship the way he did on a shortened season. The Phillies, I hate to say it, Logan, I'm not as surprised that the Phillies made it, mainly because they took the Braves out last year.
Right.
We knew the Braves were in a little bit of trouble with their starting pitching when this series ended. So that already put the Braves kind of in a rough spot. And like Jay said, this Phillies team is hungry. They did the same thing this year that they're doing. They did the same thing last year that they're doing this year, where they basically had to play their way into the playoffs and then caught fire at the right time, which is what they're doing now. Not only is this the first time that the top 5 teams in baseball are out before the championship series, but it's also the first time in baseball history that we have 2 wild card teams that have yet to lose a game through 2 rounds in Arizona and Texas.
Damn, that's impressive there. All right, Frankie, what were your thoughts on the NLDS with the Diamondbacks and Phillies moving on to face each other now?
Man, I loved it. The hell with the Dodgers. The hell with Atlanta. All right, Mr. Logan Landers here. I'm gonna say what these other guys don't want to say. All right, Mr. Logan Landers during the regular season talking tough shit.
Oh, I was
all right, because he had the best record in
Frankie,
baseball. He had
Frankie,
Mr. Ronald Acuna Jr. Your guy hit the first ever 40-70 year, and you guys don't make it past the divisional.
Frankie, this was a second. Frankie, this was a second consecutive year that the Phillies have ousted from the wild card spot. Second consecutive year of the break.
But I will say this though. I think last year was more of a surprise than this year, mainly because of the injuries to the rotation.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Okay. Why is that?
I don't because you guys were better as a team this year than you guys were last year. This year, by the month of June to July, everyone was saying that the Atlanta Braves were favored to win the World Series. Mm-hmm. You guys were literally the better team than Philly was. I just don't understand how you guys didn't show up. I really don't. I don't know how Acuna Jr. did what he did in the regular season, but he didn't do it in the postseason. What happened? Did he get too tired? Did he not show up? I don't know what happened. Did Bryce Harper get into your head running around the bases and staring at you guys? I don't know. Was it the Philly fans trolling you guys, doing your little it was insane. It was insane. I loved it. I loved every single thing about it. All right. Now on the other side of it, we're getting an all Texas ALCS.
We'll get to the AL in just a minute, Frankie.
Oh, okay.
We're just doing NL.
Okay, just
Just
NL,
say-
just NL. Listen, I'm deeply proud of the Arizona Diamondbacks. This is a team that we've never ever thought that will make it to this spot. Like you said, this is the first time in the NLCS since 2007, so that's a really long time, and we know what they've been through. Especially after last year, you know, we've seen them getting rid of players left and right. Then going into this season, they ended up actually getting releasing their best ace in their team, and then they make it this far. I mean, these guys are also hungry. Philly, I like Philly, but what worries me about Philly is the injury that Bryce Harper had last night. That injury that Bryce Harper had on his elbow with the collision with the player from the Atlanta Braves scared me a little bit. Bryce Harper does not look okay. He was grabbing that arm. He's shaking his hand. They took him into the locker room right away. Mind you, it was towards the end of the game, so there's no need for Bryce Harper to stress that arm out even more, especially when you got that game locked.
Well, he came back in the game though. He did come back to finish.
But
If
you think it might
I'm
be a
the
lingering
Phillies,
effect?
I think it was a lingering effect. But if I'm Philly, I'm paying really close attention to that because
Okay.
you're getting
fair.
really closer. You're getting really closer to the World Series, and right now you're about to face the Arizona Diamondbacks, who just beat the Milwaukee Brewers, a good team, the LA Dodgers, an okay team, and now you're going up against the Phillies, who is on a fire team. So it's gonna be a good series, man, in the NL.
Yeah, my thoughts on the NLDS, I'll start with the Diamondbacks first. I did not see a 3-0 sweep coming. I don't think any of us did. I think me, Jay, and Dustin all predicted, I think, one win. They take one game. But, man, that really shocked us. I mean, that shocked, I think, the entire baseball world.
It really did.
And I think also, too, I mean, it's got to be because of media coverage as well. I haven't watched a single Diamondbacks game this season up to the postseason just because I don't get their channels. They don't put them on TV. They don't advertise them. The Dodgers, I mean, they're the LA Dodgers. You know what I mean? They have all these great players, flashy lights, players, all that good stuff. MVP candidate in Mookie Betts and Freeman. And that's the thing, too, Frankie. You brought that up, that Cunha didn't show up, but it wasn't just him. It was all pretty much all the NL MVP contenders didn't do really anything this postseason.
Well, what was interesting to me, though, was the fact that the Astros actually swept the Diamondbacks going into the postseason. And what worried me about the Diamondbacks going up against the Dodgers was how do you come off a sweep and then go and play, the Dodgers? I kind of thought maybe they might
and
that, but they did.
No, and I can understand that.
Yeah,
I mean, and like we've mentioned, the regular season don't mean nothing once postseason hits.
Doesn't.
I mean, that's clear as you can see with the teams on the screen here. So with the Diamondbacks, like I said, honestly, guys, kind of on that Philadelphia run from last year. No one thought they'd be in this position. So that's a team playing with house money. They got nothing to lose. Philadelphia's got expectations. Philadelphia went here last year. They won the NLCS. They went to the World Series. They lost. Well, this is how we say that Atlanta had a sports curse for a while. Philly's got one too. Look at it. Philadelphia Phillies. But look at this. The Phillies were in the World Series last year. They lost. The Eagles were in the Super Bowl last year, and they also lost. So Philly's got a monkey on their back, Jay, that they're trying to get off of. And that's why they're playing so aggressive and so pissed off, is because they got that hunger and that drive. And flipping over to the Braves and Phillies series, I mean, if it wasn't for one of the best postseason plays in recent history, I mean, the Braves might not have won that game and took that one game. But just quick thoughts on that. The Braves starting rotation came in banged up. Charlie Morton wasn't in the rotation, the veteran.
Oh, my God. Here we go with the excuses.
I can't just state facts?
Next man up, Logan. Come on.
No, I'm just stating facts, Jay. Frank, I'm just stating facts. Look, I'm just stating facts here. Charlie Morton was out. Kyle Wright was out. So we brought in – we had our usual guys. We had Strider. We had Fried. We had Elder. Just didn't have – great performances aside from obviously the 10-run performance, but I mean just not the greatest pitching. And then the real problem though was the hitting. I mean, 8 runs in 4 games. 8 runs in 4 games. That's not going to get nothing done. I don't care who you are. I don't care what team you are on the screen. 8 runs in 4 games won't get you nowhere. And 5 of those came in 1 game. So
Strider gave him 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. But after that,
right,
come that last part of the 5th to the end of the game, your bullpen was solid.
It was lights out.
But you're hitting.
But
how many times did y'all leave people in scoring position?
I need to actually. It was way too many, and I knew, Jay. I knew in my heart once we had the bases loaded, 2 outs in top of the 7th inning when Acuna hit a well-hit fly ball to center, and I forget the guy's name, made a great catch in center field. I knew then, I'm like, well, that was their one chance. You know what I mean? Yeah. With as bad as this team had struggled.
Well, you had the bases loaded, but you also had 1st and 3rd. There was a time when you had,
right. We had
first and third, and you didn't get out of that one either.
I think it was a ground.
The hell with that. The hell with that 1st and 3rd, man. That bases loaded with Acuna.
Well, you know what I'm saying. When they had it was 1st and 3rd, they should have at least tied the game.
Right, and like I said, it wasn't like it was a weak dribbler that Acuna hit. It was a well-struck ball, and it was just it was kind of the it was the Braves had that great play in Game 2 to end the game, and this was the Phillies moment on defense.
Yeah,
that was their defining moment of this series.
Logan, I'll be real with you. I thought that player wasn't going to get it. I thought the ball was going to at least bounce off the wall.
It was a leaping grab, and he got it. And obviously, great play for him, and it saved the game for Philadelphia because who knows how many runs would have scored and might have flipped momentum. Who knows?
That would definitely clear the bases.
Right. But that's just how it played out, man. Unfortunately, the Braves got knocked out 3-1. Hope to retool coming into next season. That's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, man. I'm sad. I woke up this morning, 4 o'clock, looked at the score because I went to bed after that. I had to go to sleep. I was like, I can't do this. I woke up. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I came in, told my coworker, I hope you have some tissues for me, man. I've been crying all morning.
Hey, that's like the worst. That's like the worst night of sleep ever because you go to bed thinking like, "Oh, damn," and then you can't sleep for nothing.
I went to bed last night, Jay, thinking, maybe they might pull something out. Maybe
if I'm not watching,
what's up?
If I'm not watching, maybe they'll pull something out and win. I think like that all the time.
Oh, dude, I'm just if I'm ever watching like a football game or whatever, and my team's like they throw like an interception, I'm like, all right, I gotta flip the channel now because for whatever reason I feel like I'm cursing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know how many of you guys feel this way when you're watching your personal teams. I don't know if you feel this way, but sometimes I feel like when a big game is about to happen, I'm better off not watching it and just keeping tabs on my phone.
No, I understand.
Time. You know what I mean?
I do understand that. I really do. But I'll wrap this up and we'll go to the AL side. But yeah, sucks for the Braves, man. A tremendous regular season. I know the Acuna MVP, which is coming. That'll put a minor Band-Aid on all this. But I think just going into the offseason, you got to get some better starters. I would say 4 and 5 for sure, maybe 3. Bullpen needs some help, and you got to get some better bench bats. Because, we know with the regular season what the hell they did. But for the postseason, just didn't translate. But, hey, it is what it is, man. And we'll move on to the AL side of things. Let's see. Frankie, we'll let you get things off here. Yes. Give your thoughts on the Texas Rangers sweeping the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah. Listen, I couldn't be more freaking excited. I'm excited about you guys losing. I'm excited about the Dodgers losing. But I couldn't be more excited of the Texas Rangers right now. Not only did they eliminate my arch rival, the Baltimore Orioles, and sweeping them, they also beat and swept my other arch rival in the Tampa Bay Rays. I couldn't ask more from the Texas Rangers. As a matter of fact, I can. Hey, yo, Texas, please beat the biggest arch enemy of mine, the Houston Astros. And please go for a sweep on the Houston Astros because let me tell you something. There's no better story than what the Texas Rangers are having. They literally owned their division at the beginning of the season, going towards the end of the season, having to fight for their life to even make the postseason. I'm not saying win the division, but to make the postseason because it was a 3-team race in that division between the Astros, the Rangers, and the Mariners. The Rangers finally make it for the first time since I think it was 2016 that they make it back to the playoffs. And now they're in the ALCS to face the Houston Astros, the defending champions, and a division rival as theirs, and also making an all-Texas ALCS. There's nothing better than this moment right here. Because if you feel that you're a championship material team, there's no better way to do it in the ALCS and beating the defending champions, the Houston Astros. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. I really don't. I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna go with the Rangers on this one because I do know the regular season the Rangers only beat the Astros 1 time or 2 times throughout the entire regular season. But that's another thing that's going to be on the Rangers' chip right there, on their shoulder. They're going to look at that and they're going to say, listen, this team owned us in the regular season. We have a chance right here, the most important moment in baseball history, to eliminate these guys and get them out and get us into the World Series. Let's eliminate what happened in the regular season. It's a brand new moment right here against the Astros, and let's show the world why we are who we are.
All right.
And I think that the Rangers can do it. I'm going to go ahead. Is it a 5-game series or is this
It's a 7 game? It's a 7.
Okay. I'm going to go Rangers.
How many
games?
4?
4 games to Astros 2.
All right.
I'm giving it a game. I'm giving it a 6-game series.
Okay, so who are the Rangers going to face in the World Series? I just want to know, since you're on the topic.
I think the Rangers can possibly face the Arizona Diamondbacks, but I'm going to be safe. It's going to be really interesting. But I'm going to be safe with it, and I'm going to say Rangers versus Phillies.
Okay. All right. Frankie, appreciate that. All right, Jay McLovin, obviously you know who you're going up against, the team you know very, very well. Obviously, give your quick thoughts on beating up on the Minnesota Twins and now facing your division foes in the Houston Texans or Texas Rangers. So much Texas here. God. How many games is it going to be?
First of all, that last part was kind of funny.
Yeah, Houston Ranger, you know what it is, Oilers.
Hey, listen. Hey, look. First of all, let's just call it what it is. First of all, about Frankie and his synopsis. Frankie's only saying the Rangers because he hates the Astros. He would never say Houston. Let's just call a spade if we can. And Frankie, you know what I'm saying is the truth. And I don't. Yes, I know. I take my medication. But look, Frankie's not going to ever – look, I'm going to tell you right now, Frankie will never come on this show and say, yeah, it's going to be the Houston Astros. He won't do that. He will never do – just like I will never come on this show and say the New York Yankees. No, let's be honest. I'll never have a reason to do that.
We got hate for teams. That's just life.
I'm just trying to say, Frankie's not going to say Houston Astros. That's just – look, Frankie knows that it boils my blood when he says the Rangers because he knows it's not true. Yeah. So he's never going to say, hey, and I'm never going to say Yankees. It's okay. It's okay.
So
let's get back to what the real story is, though. Here, yes, number one, a Texas team. No matter what happens, a Texas team will be in the World Series. That much we know for sure. Secondly, I do believe it's going to be the Astros and Yankees repeat of last year. I think we're going to get a repeat. I think the Phillies, they want their respect with a K, not a T.
Okay.
But the Astros aren't going to let that happen. Look, I've been saying this since day freaking one. There is no team in baseball better than the Astros. They're just not. The problem with the Astros is this. It's not a talent. It's not experience. They have talent. And they have experience. There's nobody deeper in the bullpen than the Houston Astros. There's nobody deeper in the rotation than the Houston Astros. There's nobody better than freaking Alvarez, who has 3 home runs. Actually, 4 home runs. There's 4. There's 3 or 4. It might be 4. He's got plenty of home runs in the postseason to quantify the name Big. Look, when A-Rod calls you Big Papi in front of Big Papi's face, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, he's tied for first, Jay, with Castellanos.
Hey, I was about to say, it speaks volumes for who Alvarez is. Okay, I'm just trying to say it speaks volumes for who Alvarez is. Look,
go ahead.
My point is this: the Texas Rangers are a good team, but they are not better than the Astros. They're just not. The only thing that stops the Houston Astros from destroying any team that they face is the hunger that they have for it. Right? They've already accomplished the mountaintop. They've already beaten the Phillies. They already know that they're better than the Phillies because they have the same damn rotation as the Phillies, the same damn team as the Phillies. So we already know we're better than the Phillies. We've beaten them with the exception of Castellanos. We've beaten this team before, and we'll beat this team, and we're better than this team is now. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Hey, you tell me one person out there, analytically or not analytically, that the Astros are not better than the Phillies, and I want them to tell me why. I want them to tell me why, because I guarantee you our closer's better, our setup's better, Verlander. Hell, we don't even have Luis Garcia, which we all know if we had Luis Garcia, this wouldn't even be a topic of discussion. Okay, this wouldn't be a topic of discussion.
Disrespect.
All I'm gonna say, Jay. All I'm gonna say is
No, you ain't got nothing to say. No, you ain't got nothing to
No,
say.
because-
No, you have
because
nothing to say. You're on the
I
couch.
don't want to hear.
Sir,
I don't want to
sir,
hear.
you're
I
on the
don't want to hear
couch.
Verlander
Sir.
come out of your mouth. I don't want to hear Verlander come out of your mouth because
Sir,
at the beginning
you
of
were
the
on the
season,
couch.
you were
You're
trash
on the couch,
talking
sir.
Verlander.
I can't hear
Now
you.
Verlander got traded.
Can you
back
mute his
to
microphone?
Houston.
Can you mute his mic, please? We don't have nothing to say from him. He's on the
Verlander
couch.
goes back to
He's on the
Houston, and he
couch.
wants to
Hey,
be on
let him get a statement.
Verlander.
Let him fit. All right, Jay, hurry, let's get this going.
All right, the whole point of this is the whole point of this is
Who's winning how many games?
Number one, Altuve. You know what Altuve can do. You know what Brantley can do. You know what Jose Abreu can do. You saw, if you didn't watch Jose Abreu in this last series, then you're clearly not watching baseball. You know what Pena can do defensively, and you know what our rotation is about, and you damn sure know what our bullpen is about. And I didn't even get into Tucker and Bregman and what's that other dude's name? Dang, not McCullers. Come on, help me out here.
No, I don't know your team's name. I don't know anybody.
No,
else's
you
name.
do. Chaz McCormick. Thank you. God, you know what Chaz McCormick can do, right? All of our guys A through Z are top 300 hitters. I guarantee you, on a good night, they're top 300 hitters.
Top 300.
No, 300 hitters, not
okay,
players.
okay.
I'm just talking about 300 average. I'm talking about average. I'm talking about their top 300 average. They can look 1 through 9 can heat you up. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, so Jay,
so to finish this off, I'm gonna finish it off here. I'm gonna try now. It will be a tough series against Texas. We have owned Texas. Texas knows us. We know them. So there's no surprises on any of us. We have the home field advantage, and I will tell you, it will be like Frankie said, 4-2 in this series. But it ain't gonna be the Rangers' way. It's gonna be Astros' way.
All
It'll be Astros, Phillies, World Series.
I already gotta ask you. You got win the World Series. That one's booked in. All right, so Dustin.
No, actually, I don't. I will tell you this. Like I said earlier, when we were talking about the NLDS side, this Phillies team is scary good. They are freaking scary, and they are hungry. And when you get a hungry team like Rocky Balboa going up against Carl Weathers or Mr. T or whoever it is you want to bring out of that Ivan Drago. That's who we are right now. We're facing Rocky Balboa right now.
All right.
Oh,
all right.
please.
All right.
You're Robert De Niro.
So Dustin, let's get your thoughts on this one. ALCS, Astros, and Texas Rangers. Who you got winning this one, my friend?
Rangers in 5.
Exactly.
I hate you.
The question. This is a man. Hold on. This is a man that since before the season even started, he picked the Texas Rangers to win the division. So there's not even a.
I picked the Rangers to go to the World Series before the season even started.
Look at that. Even that one. Look at that.
Well, he was definitely wrong about the division. So if he's wrong about the division, I can imagine what else he'll be wrong about.
What is the main reason why I picked the Texas Rangers to do what they did?
What's your reasoning? What's your reasoning?
Bruce Bochy. And look at what has happened the moment Bruce Bochy's gotten to Texas.
We've owned them. We've beaten them every time.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the season in general. He is.
Let's talk about the Astros and Texas.
He's turned Texas from a bottom feeder team into one of the best teams in baseball in just 1 year.
And also, that's without their.
That's without Jacob deGrom. That's without Max Scherzer, and that's without a ton of the pieces that they've paid money to get.
If Nathan Eovaldi's your best pitcher, no disrespect to him, but man, a lot of teams would not be in this position.
And the thing with Bruce Bochy is he won.
I agree about Bochy hiring. I agree with him on that.
He won 3 World Series championships in a 5-year stretch with the San Francisco Giants. What people don't realize, all 3 of his World Series championships that he won came out of the wild card, which is exactly where Texas is this year. He knows exactly how to get to the World Series coming out of the wild card round. He has the advantage over every single one of these teams in the playoffs right now because he knows how to come out of this wild card round. He knows how to manage it. He knows the pressure of losing game 1 compared to winning game 1. He knows what it takes to beat teams that have owned him in the regular season. The last time that the Giants made the World Series when he was the manager, he took down a team that was 6-0 against him during the regular season and swept them 4-0 in the NLCS.
Ooh.
He knows exactly how to manage in these situations.
Mm-hmm. So Dustin, what you're saying to me, Dustin, what you're saying to me is, it don't matter if the Houston Astros owned him in the regular season. Only thing that matters is he can beat the Astros in the postseason when it matters, right?
Yeah, because the Dodgers went 10-3 against the Diamondbacks during the regular season. And how did that pan out for him in the playoffs?
No, I mean,
hey, you know what they say, man? Hey, all of this is recorded. All of this is live, and we can come back to it.
Yes, it is.
The
All right.
Braves were 9-4 against the Phillies during the regular season this year. How did that pan out in the playoffs?
Well, as we can see on the screen, not too well.
Exactly.
So my thoughts on this one, and then we'll end the video here, fellas.
I do have them
ALCS.
playing the Diamondbacks, by the way, in the World Series too.
All right.
Wow.
There we go. All right. So this is going to be I want this one to be a 7-game series. We've had a lot of series not go the full length. I want this one to go to full length just because I want to see Jay and Oz fight it out every single day. So it's going to be a good matchup though. But I mean, I've been racking my brain. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Come
Jay,
on, Logan. Logan.
I might have to go with you, Jay. As
No,
much
Logan.
As I hated
no.
Jay. As much as I hated Jay, I might have to go Astros in 7. As much as I hate it,
Oh
and
my
trust me, I
God.
hate it. I really, dude, that you have no idea how much that pierces my soul, Frank.
Wait a minute.
Crazy.
There's no way that pisses your soul more than the Yankees. Everybody hates the Yankees. Come on.
Oh no,
What?
but y'all been here 7 straight times. I'm getting sick of y'all. So
Hey, by the way, when you say 7 consecutive trips, you say it with your chest. Frankie Cruz Jr., 7 consecutive times is a history-breaking
That's
record.
cool.
Not
Yeah,
even
that's
the Yankees have ever done that. Not even the
that's cool.
Yankees have
All
ever
right,
done that.
all right,
That's
before
cool.
y'all get off,
Congratulations. Can you tell me the final world championships you won out of them 7 appearances?
More than you have in the last 3 or 4.
Oh,
probably.
man.
Can you
All
answer?
right.
Can you answer? Can you
All
answer,
right.
sir? No, Logan. I want him to answer before we leave. Answer it.
No, you guys got more championships. If you
No,
want me
I'm
to
not
say that
saying that.
for you,
I'm
I'll
not
tell
saying
you
He
that.
just
that.
wants to know how many you've gotten in those 7
How
years.
many you got in the 7
Two.
years? 2, right?
2.
Oh, you're like a LeBron James of baseball. Right
Well,
now.
no, hold on. No, we got no. If we're officially, it's 2 and 6 because we are currently in the 7, so it could be 3 and 7.
Okay, that's right. That's good. Okay, so I think it's going to be once again Astros Phillies, which is kind of rare for baseball, seeing both teams go back to back. But I'll be all for it. And whenever the World Series does get here, we'll do a full deep dive on that, obviously. But that's our predictions for the recap of the ALDS, NLDS, and previews of the championship series. Jay, Dustin, Frankie, it's always a pleasure talking sports with y'all. I've been your host, producer, Logan Landers. Enjoy the rest of your nights, everyone, and we'll talk to you again on another.